The encounter. Nebolisa, a hard-working architect, meets Nnenna, a brilliant caterer, at a busy Lagos wedding. The chemistry is instant.
First date. A romantic evening at a Lekki beach lounge. They share dreams, but Nnenna avoids questions about her family in Enugu.
The proposal. 6 months later, Nebolisa proposes under the Ikoyi bridge lights. She says yes, but her eyes show a flicker of fear. The traditional wedding, a vibrant ceremony. However, a mysterious man is seen watching from the crowd, making Nnenna visibly nervous. The unopened letter. On their first night as a married couple, Nebolisa finds a hidden, tear-stained letter in Nnenna's bag addressed to a name he doesn't recognize. Cracks in the foundation. The silent phone. Nnenna starts receiving late-night calls she won't answer in front of Nebolisa.
The financial strain. Nebolisa's firm loses a major contract.
Nnenna suddenly has extra money, claiming it's from big catering gigs. The first confrontation. Nebolisa asks about the money. Nnenna gets defensive, leading to their first major argument. The unexpected guest. The mysterious man from the wedding, Chidi, shows up at their home claiming to be Nnenna's old friend. The warning. Chidi pulls Nebolisa aside and whispers, "Ask her about what happened 5 years ago in Owerri." The investigation. Nebolisa travels to Owerri under the guise of a business trip to find the truth. The old record. He discovers Nnenna was once involved in a major business scandal that nearly landed her in prison. The betrayal. He learns Nnenna took the fall for someone else, Chidi. The home tension. Back in Lagos, Nnenna feels Nebolisa pulling away and tries to overcompensate with affection. The truth revealed. Nebolisa confronts her with the Owerri documents. Nnenna breaks down, admitting she's still paying off Chidi to keep him quiet. The separation. Nebolisa moves out to his brother's place to clear his head. Chidi's ultimatum. Chidi demands a final massive sum or he'll go to the police with new evidence. The sister's advice. Nebolisa's sister reminds him of his own flaws and why he fell in love with Nnenna's strength. The bold move. Nnenna decides to stop running and goes to the police herself to report Chidi's extortion. The arrest. A sting operation leads to Chidi's arrest, but Nnenna must face her past legal issues. The court case. Nnenna faces a light sentence or heavy fine for her past involvement. The sacrifice. Nebolisa sells his beloved vintage car to pay her legal fees and fines. The reconciliation. He returns home. They agree. No more secrets, no matter how ugly. The community backlash. Neighbors and some family members gossip, testing their new resolve. The new start. Nnenna loses her catering reputation, but starts a small kitchen from home, focusing on honesty, healing, and the future. The pregnancy. They discover they are expecting their first child. The family forgiveness. Nnenna finally reconciles with her estranged parents in Enugu. The business rebirth. Nebolisa's firm gets a new project and Nnenna's honest cravings goes viral for its transparency. The anniversary. 1 year after the chaos, they return to the beach where it all started. They look at the sunset, acknowledging that while the past is part of them, the future is what they build together. The weight of the past and the first doctor's visit. Nnenna and Nebolisa see their baby on an ultrasound for the first time. The joy is tempered by the high cost of medical care in Lagos.
The refusal. Nnenna tries to register her new catering business, but a former associate from the Owerri scandal blocks her application. Nebolisa's overtime. To make ends meet, Nebolisa takes on a second job drafting plans for a rival firm, hiding it from Nnenna to not stress her.
The ghost of Chidi. A letter arrives from prison. Chidi claims he has information about Nnenna's family that she still doesn't know. The dilemma. Nnenna finds the letter, but remembers there are no secrets vow. She trembles, wondering if some truths are better left buried. Family ties and hidden knots. The visit to Enugu. They travel to Nnenna's village. Her father is welcoming, but her mother remains cold and distant. The midnight conversation. Nnenna overhears her mother arguing with an uncle about a hidden debt involving Nnenna's birthright. The revelation. Nnenna's mother confesses Chidi was actually her cousin, and the Owerri scandal was a family setup to get money. The betrayal of blood. Nnenna realizes her own mother allowed her to take the fall years ago. Nebolisa's support. Instead of getting angry, Nebolisa holds her. We are our own family now, he vows. The Lagos hustle and the baby shower. A small, humble gathering. A neighbor records a video of Nnenna's speech about honesty that starts to gain traction on TikTok. The business breakthrough. A major Lagos influencer sees the video and orders 500 lunch boxes for a charity event. The sabotage. Someone leaks an old news article about Nnenna's arrest to the influencer's comments. The response. Instead of hiding, Nnenna goes live on Instagram telling her full story, the good, the bad, and the prison cells. The public's verdict. Lagosians love her bravery. The Honest Cravings brand becomes a symbol of second chances. The arrival and the false alarm. A midnight rush to the hospital that turns out to be Braxton Hicks. The stress begins to show on Nebolisa. The firm's offer. Nebolisa's old boss offers him his senior position back, but only if he signs a clause distancing himself from Nnenna's public drama. The rejection. Nebolisa refuses the job. My wife's story is my story. Labor. Nnenna goes into real labor during a massive Lagos rainstorm. They are stuck in traffic on the 3rd mainland bridge. Labor. Nnenna goes into real labor during a massive Lagos rainstorm. They are stuck in traffic on the 3rd mainland bridge. Building the future and naming the child. They name her Amarachi, God's grace. The new home. They move into a smaller but more peaceful apartment in a quiet part of Surulere. The partnership. Nebolisa starts his own small architectural consultancy from their living room. The forgiveness. Nnenna sends a package of food and a Bible to Chidi in prison, officially letting go of the hate. The mother's plea. Nnenna's mother arrives in Lagos, sick and seeking forgiveness. The full circle and the choice to care. Despite the past, Nnenna takes her mother in, showing Amarachi what true mercy looks like. The first birthday. A celebration not of wealth, but of survival. The whole neighborhood attends. The award. Nnenna is recognized by a women's NGO for her work in rehabilitating former female inmates. The final blueprint. Nebolisa finishes the plans for their own dream house, a place with big windows and no dark corners. The sunset vow. Standing on their new balcony, they look at the Lagos skyline. Nebolisa whispers, "No more lies." Nnenna replies, "Only love." The end.